Hi, I'm Julie Hornock with United in Autism, and we are doing a new game called Two Autism Lies, actually 2 Autism Truths and 1 Lie. So what we're doing is we're giving things that have happened in our lives. Our lives are so crazy. We do crazy things because we're so exhausted from autism, and our kids do crazy things. So we're guessing each other's truths and lies. So there's 2 truths, 1 lie, and today I have Archana Dhurka, and I love her. I'm just gonna tell you that up front. I have known her for like 14 years now, and she was one of my original autism moms I connected with. She has inspired me, she has supported me. She's like the girl that even if we don't talk for like 6 months, I can call her with anything, and I know she'll just be there for me. So anyway, hi Arch. Welcome.
Hey, hello Julie.
Well, thank you for doing this. I know you're new. I'm like, it's, you know, some people can do better with lies than others. So we'll just see how you do. Okay.
I know. That's okay. We'll do it.
Okay. How about I do mine first and you can guess, and then maybe we'll go from there. Does that work?
Gosh, I know your whole story. I don't know if I can, I don't know. Well, we'll see.
Well, I tried to do things that I haven't written about yet. So
okay. Okay.
Okay. All right, so first one, I'm gonna give you 3 things and you'll have to choose the lie, okay? First one is Lizzie is obsessed with getting magazines in the mail. And so she would wait by the front window, and one day she ran out to the mailman when she saw him, and she just, you know how like they have like a thing on the side of with all the mail, she just started taking the mail and just chucking it out, going through it to see if she could find her magazine, okay? That's the first thing.
Okay.
Second thing is, at one point in my journey, I was so overwhelmed that I just could not pay my bills. Like I just couldn't force myself to do it. It wasn't that we didn't have the money in there. It was just that the process of it was like too overwhelming. And so 2 different times during our journey, the electricity actually went out in my house and was disconnected. Okay, that's the thing. The third thing is, at one point when we were driving, we do a lot of road trips, and she's always done really well in the car. And so we'll go in and we'll eat, you know, at a place we can eat that is as gluten and dairy free as possible. And I looked over as I was washing my hands. I put her on the potty and I looked over, and she was on the ground licking the toilet at a gas station, Wendy's.
Oh.
So which of those 3 things do you think is a lie?
Okay, so the very first one, I know Lizzie. So the magazines, I can pretty much, I think that's a truth. And the last one, licking the potty in Wendy's, that kind of seems true as well. And I've known you for long, and I feel like even though you're overwhelmed, and I don't think you would not pay a bill. So that's a lie.
Okay, you're wrong.
Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah, so I did have a time, like I think when I realized it was right around when she was 4. And actually, I mean, I knew you at this point where I was taking her to that school to Beatty, and I don't know what it was, like bills would pile up and I just couldn't do it. And it's like, I didn't even tell Greg about it or anything. And then one day our electricity just went out, and I had gotten like 3 or 4 bills in red. I don't know why I couldn't make myself do it. I think I was just so overwhelmed. And so, yeah, the electricity went out. My youngest was a baby. It was horrible. We had to pay like $200 extra to get it reconnected. It was cold outside. It was just like, it just like added to the misery. I was so.
And you had a 1-year-old?
No, he was less than 1 year old.
Less than 1 year old?
No, Noah was my youngest.
Yeah.
You know, Noah,
Yeah.
Lizzie was, I don't know, 4 or something like that. And it was just ugly, you know, so that's true. And also the Wendy's story is true. She was newly potty trained, and you know, you're just trying to like make it work. So I sat her on the toilet and I left the door open in there, and I was washing my hands, and I look over, and her tongue, I mean, she wasn't just like a little bit licking, like she was full on licking the side of the toilet. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I literally washed her mouth out with soap, and I just couldn't even look at her face, like, because I'm like, she had toilet poop, gross face. And thankfully, she didn't even get sick. Like, And at that time, she was only eating 5 foods and wouldn't put a pea on her plate or near her plate or a green bean or anything green, but she would lick a toilet.
Now we can laugh about it.
Now we can laugh about it. And then like, for the mailman thing, yeah, she never did that. So she does love magazines, and she does wait by the door sometimes for the mailman to come if she's looking for one.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, well,
Man,
good job trying.
Okay.
All right, let me hear you.
So my first story is, it was a school holiday, and we wake up in the morning and not to find Ankush at home. So the door's unlocked, and we go outside, we look outside in the neighborhood, can't find him, started driving around, and then we decided, okay, we have to file a missing person report. And so called the police, and 45 minutes later, we get a phone call from the police. They said they found him at a gas station, Quick Trip, at a major intersection, Plano Parkway in Ohio. So that's story number one. Basically, he went over there. Yeah, anyway, they called and said that. That's number one. Number two, Ankush was, good with his knife skills, cooking and, prepping and all that. Then he was pretty safe in the kitchen. So we said, okay, let's look for, cooking classes. And so I found one at a restaurant. They accommodated special needs children. So I took Ankush and went over there, and the chef interviewed him and asked him to show some skills in the kitchen. Unfortunately, Ankush couldn't generalize skills from our kitchen to theirs, so he was rejected. So that was the end of the story for Ankush. No more cooking and no kitchen for him. So story number three, or incident number three, it was middle of the night. There was a police officer in my bedroom banging on the door. So here's what had happened. Ankush had severe sleep issues. So it was 2 a.m. He woke up in the middle of the night, and he wanted to get his iPod, which was unfortunately in the garage in the car. So he opened the door and went to get his iPod, and the alarm went off. And because of his sleep issues, and of course we couldn't hear the alarm, we were, deep, in sleep. So then the police, the alarm company called, and we didn't pick up the phone either. So they dispatched the police. So the cops arrived and knocked on the door, and Ankush opened the door for them, let them in, and then he went back to the kitchen to listen to his music. And they're looking for adults everywhere, and so they knocked on the master bedroom. I didn't open the door, and they just opened it, and then started pounding on the door. And I wake up and I see a police officer in my bedroom, and I'm like, what happened? So that's story number three. So
okay. Oh man. Okay, so I know Ankush, I know he's into cooking, so I'm going to say that story's true. I know he loves to cook and tries to cook, so I'll say that's true. And I know he was. I feel like I remember that story somehow from long ago, and I know that those intersections you said are by, even though it seems like crazy dangerous that he would be on those busy intersections, that's by your house. So I'm going to say that's true, and I don't think. The idea that you would not hear the alarm, that he would let somebody in, that there was cops in your room, that just sounds like too much. That's your lie. That's your lie.
Nope.
What?
So the third one, the police officer was in the bedroom. I didn't hear the alarm. We didn't hear, a kid with severe sleep issues, and we're like, trying to get any sleep. My husband was with my younger son in the guest room, and I was sleeping in the master bedroom by myself. And that's this autism story, right? And,
right.
So, yeah, we didn't hear anything, and he had opened the door, let them in, and so
Oh,
that's true. That happened.
is wild.
I know. And then the first one is also true. I might have told you that, but that was freaky. That was scary. Just because he was younger.
Oh.
And then, his younger brother, comments like, okay, all for a bag of Cheetos, Mom. He went to Quick Trip. Why can't we have Cheetos in our house? So then this wouldn't happen. I'm like, oh my gosh. So there's our guilt. And, just he wanted a bag of Cheetos.
How dare you not have junk food in your house to keep your child running?
Needless to say, he was on a casein-free diet.
My God.
Anyway, no dye is no diet. And
I can just kind of like picture him just like going to town on the food in the Quick Trip, like.
Actually, you know what? He did a pretty good job. Like, he got a bag of Cheetos and went up to the counter, but he had no money. And then when the guy, until then, didn't think anything was wrong. And when he asked for money and Ankush only said no, and so then he realized, okay, there's something wrong here.
I love our kids, though, because that's so funny. No, I'm not going to.
No, like, no money. Sorry. So that was true. But the second one that I said about the cooking lessons, where he couldn't generalize skills into that restaurant, like, no. He could totally do it, and they gave him an opportunity, and now he's working at a restaurant a couple of times a week, and the chef comes over and he works with him at the church, and so he's doing really good. He loves cooking, so that's his thing.
That's so awesome. Thank you so much for sharing those, and I'm glad that the lie had a better ending than what the lie was. That was awesome. I like that a lot, and I'm so proud of you, because what I didn't tell everybody about Archana is that she went back to school and became a BCBA and now owns an ABA clinic, All Behaviors Considered. And she runs that thing, and it's just like so many kids are getting help, and I'm so proud of you. And
I'm proud of you. I love you.
So much.
This is a mutual admiration.
Well, thank you so much for doing this today. And we are going to give away a book. So one of the books, United in Autism. And if you would like to win this book, go ahead and comment below this main post and like the page at United in Autism. So
can I say one thing?
Yes, of course.
If you haven't read the book, this is for the audience. I mean, you should definitely read it. You can relate to it. It's just so real, and it's about our lives. So,
and we have a lot of funny stories like this in the book.
Yeah.
From different people around the world. Yeah. So, all right. Thanks, Julie. All right. I appreciate you so much.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.